Hallo und guten Morgen aus Cannes. Finally, letztes Jahr vom Fischmarkt, Schiedwetter, dieses Mal von der Croisette. Traumhaftes Wetter, gut, man packt halt jemand mit Wandfarbe jetzt einfach mal glatt bei über 30 Grad in die Sonne. Deswegen nichts wieder rein und mein Badge holen, denn wir haben eine kleine Überraschung am Montagmorgen für euch vorbereitet. Eine Stimme des Festivals. Dafür brauche ich aber mein Badge, denn wir müssen rein ins Halle. Okay guys, as promised, for the first day of Cannes we have a really special guest. Thank you so much. I bet you have tons to do at the moment. Simon, thanks for doing this.
Just a few things, not much on the agenda.
Not really busy, right?
Thanks for having me, appreciate it.
Thank you for coming here. Simon, you were really brave because you became the CEO of the festival during a big pandemic out there. So how was it for you doing this and becoming the CEO, and was it a nightmare or was it a chance to do everything new?
I wouldn't say it was it was definitely a challenge, but it's been a challenge for most businesses, hasn't it? So
definitely.
One thing we tried to do was see it as an opportunity. So, what can we do within this time, within these constraints that we now have, that will better our business and better the community at this time? So that's why we decided to pivot really quickly into digital just before our 2020 edition.
Yeah.
Because, if people couldn't come to Cannes, we thought, wouldn't it be great if we brought Cannes to them? And thankfully, over 100,000 people decided that that was a good idea,
really
which is great.
Yeah.
And I think over 86% of those people had never interacted with our brand previously, because, not everyone can come to the festival. So that democratizing of creativity was really important to us.
Really nice. And you said in an interview during that time, I also saw that one, is that you're in service to your team. That's what you said. So I bet it was really hard to keep them up on track and telling them, we will come back here one day. So how did you do that to keep the spirit up until this day now that we're finally here again?
Yeah, I have to take the opportunity to say they're a fantastic team. They are a great team. But by keeping them inspired, by constantly talking about our vision and our future direction, and also creativity and innovation, people will be pleased to hear as a part of our DNA and how we operate. So always thinking about what's next. And I think people respond to that really well. Obviously, they really like working on the product as well, which really helps.
But were you all in home offices and so on as well as we all? Probably
totally, all of the digital stuff that we did, that was all from home. We all had equipment, and suddenly your living room becomes a studio, so we had all of that fun like lots of other people did.
Very nice. And what I like about Cannes is that you always say creativity matters. I think now more than ever before. But tell me, Simon, why does Cannes Lions matter?
Oh, great question. Well, I think creativity matters, and therefore Cannes Lions matters more and more because it's a force for good when it comes to people, for business more and more. So it's a real lever for business growth, and also for the world. We firmly believe that creativity can change the world. That sounds really lofty, but we genuinely believe it. So we think people are coming back, especially on the brand side, more and more, because they're waking up to the fact that creativity can be used as a lever for growth and for good.
Yeah, and I think also that from brands, the people buying those brands are expecting that from them as well, that they take that position and change the world maybe with what they're doing. We saw many brands and many great campaigns here.
Yeah.
So this year being back here again, and we will see this video on the first day of the festival. So what can we expect from the festival this year, being back here?
Well, I think for those people that have been coming for many years and are returning again this year, they'll expect to see the things that they wouldn't want to disappear. So, we're still a creative festival, and creativity is at the heart of what we do. But we spoke to many thousands of our customers around the world about how they were feeling and what they wanted from the festival this year. And I think one of the themes that came through was this sense of, if we came back after 3 years of not seeing each other and didn't have a meaningful experience and didn't do something active, then it would feel like a waste.
Yeah.
So one of the things we've tried to do is make sure that everyone comes to the festival with a role, knowing that they can affect change. So we've introduced these 5 councils for progress, which will be chaired by different prominent members of the community. And the intention is they come together, it's a real cross-section of the industry, and break down some of the biggest challenges we have right now. So there's a council for DEI, sustainability, the talent crisis, business transformation, because everyone's grappling with that.
Definitely.
And also the evolving role of creative effectiveness. So they're going to meet this week during the festival to talk about what their commitments are going to be for the year ahead.
So, and then you will have also seeing them around until next year when we come here.
Totally.
Again?
So this is just the kickoff.
Yeah.
They'll decide what the commitments are. Mark Pritchard is the overall chair, so Chief Brand Officer for P&G. So he and I are going to have a main stage session on Friday, so tune in if you can. And we're going to talk about what those commitments are in a really public way to the global community. And then the intention is that these councils will operate throughout the year, mobilizing the community globally. And we'll come back in 2023 to update everyone on what progress has been made.
Oh, very nice. So you can really see what happened in between, and you have, can we see that on your website, or where can we follow those kinds of
things? We're going to make it very public, so we want everyone to be involved, and if people want to pledge their support in some way to help drive this activity, then it's for everyone to get involved.
Everyone getting involved is, you have this year as well a digital pass to follow, so who's not able to come here can go there and have a look at what's happening in Cannes. Is that something just for now, or will that at least also until next year, or will that stay forever even?
I think things change all the time, so it's difficult to say, but in here and now, I think probably it will be here to stay. Like, there's absolutely no reason why we would take away that access that we created during the pandemic. We think it's important to have that entry level for those people that, let's be realistic, would probably never get to come to the festival. And so that needs to continue.
Never come to the festival, you have the CEO of LinkedIn, for example, here. And a big topic, I think, is as well getting talent for everything, for marketing, for production, and for the creative industry. So do you think the festival and also the Young Lions competition is a really good marketing for getting those talents to do creative work again, to make the world a better place?
Well, we hope so. We have the Cannes Lions School and the academies and the Young Lions competition, our See It Be It program for young women in the industry who are looking to take that next step. And it's important, we want to continue to inspire young future leaders to come into this industry. But to your point, as the work starts to deliver against growth and good, I think that good side is very, very appealing to Gen Z and the next generation, who not only want to make loads of money for their shareholders, but make the world a better place.
Make the world a better place. And what is nice is that what we can see, you have really big up here TikTok and stuff like that. So creators are everywhere and all around the globe. But I think to show them that there are places besides social media where they could be creative and do something good and get a job with what they're doing, I think that is also really, really enriching for the industry.
I think it's so important to continue to find the relevant spaces to bring people together. I think that's what humans are best at. there's a time and place for it, and that's why we're excited about this week, and hopefully that's why other people are excited about coming together.
Oh, they're definitely excited. I mean, when you can see what's going on here, so many people here, so many people talking about it. I told you before that we have people coming from Germany driving here.
That's amazing.
That is really, really amazing, and
Yeah.
I think that will be really great. And what will be also really great, I think, is that we will see trends. You already talked about diversity, so bringing female also into leadership. That was all topics that came from Cannes, I think, years before it really hit at least Germany. So what have you seen so far? Because you have so many entries already, congratulations on that as
Thank
well.
you.
So what do you think, where comes it from that you have, first of all, so many entries, and then maybe you can tell us a little bit what you see in there, some trends or bigger topics that you see?
Well, I think the numbers are good on entries because I think brands are giving their support now. It's not just the agencies who are entering to receive that reward and that recognition. I think we are seeing more and more brands entering directly because they want to be recognized for creativity that drives business. In terms of trends, we were talking a little bit about the for good stuff. I think a few years ago, there were lots of brands attaching themselves to causes for the sake of it, and it wasn't necessarily driving their business at the same time as doing something complementary for good for their brand strategy. And more what we're seeing is the two coming together to work together very seamlessly, and that feels much more authentic. So that's a big shift that we're seeing. And then obviously we'll see lots of new technology coming through in the work. So the metaverse, Web3, NFTs will dominate. And I think that's really interesting, but it will be even more interesting in 2023 once people start to really get to grips with how those platforms work and they start to melt away and actually just let the creativity speak for itself.
So you think this year is more about learning how everything works and how the metaverse, what you can do there, and then brands getting brave enough to maybe experience what they can do there? Can we see that then?
I think when we start to not see that stuff as prominently in the work, that's a clear indicator that it's been adopted and it's just become part of the ecosystem. If you think about, people talking a lot about big data about 5 years ago, people don't talk about that anymore. That's because
Internet of Things was something.
Absolutely. Do you hear about that anymore? No, because it's just a part of the landscape.
Yeah, very nice. Simon, this is your first year when we are all here with you as a CEO, and there will be many headlines during the week. So, but at the end, what would you wish for that would stand in the newspapers about you and your festival here?
Such a good question. I would hope, and it may not be phrased exactly this way, that people take away from this experience that it's a platform for progress, for the individual, for business, but also for the world. But on a personal level for people, I really hope that it's just the creative reboot that they probably really need after nearly 3 years away.
Yeah, like an energy boost for all of us again.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that all really helped. I feel energetic now to experience what's going on here at the festival. Simon, thank you for taking the time for us. And guys, now the week starts, and let's see what is in our headline at the end. We will let you know. And thanks for doing this again here and being brave enough to come back to Cannes Lions.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.